Hello, my name is Ilona, and we can really start seeing that the white hats are in control. Just because they are in control doesn't mean that we are not going to see any false flags or that the media is going to try something or other distractions. That unfortunately is still happening, but we see a lot of things happening in the UK. The health secretary decided that the pass needs to go at the end of the month, so there will be no pass there anymore. I also read this morning that you do not have to isolate anymore in the UK if you've tested positive, so that stops. A lot of restrictions are dropping there very fast, so it's almost like they're ahead of the game, so to speak. In other countries, in Spain, they've decided that what's going on is just a flu, so they will treat it as such. We have apparently in Mexico that everything is going to turn back to normal. In the United States, there was a massive win with the Supreme Court that decided that the mandate will not happen. So Mr. B is, without a mandate now. And that also means that other people that are confronted by the employer with, well, you have to get this, they can go to court. And you already see certain companies dropping that mandate and not asking for that anymore. So things are changing and for the better. We've had the rally with Mr. T. There were some questions if it was Mr. T or not. Ultimately, that doesn't matter. It's more of the message. We saw Nazara Gazara kind of just flashing by in the text. Really, we are in the end game, so to speak. Of course, we don't know how long this is going to last, but things are really heating up now, and we're heading towards something, some kind of Red Sea moment, and we really have to be prepared what's going to happen and just live our life until that moment happens. And of course, take care of our side of this, in that we take responsibility for ourselves, we take responsibility for our energy, we connect with God, with our soul, and start really living with that energy, with that loving connection. That is so important that we do that part. I just want to start with looking at the energy of the United Kingdom, because I find it very interesting. The restrictions are dropping like hot potatoes there. So I just want to know what's going on. What is the energy there? Let me see what the cards will have to say about that. We have the Eight of Wands, that's the card above. We have the Queen of Pentacles, the central card. We have the Lover's card in the past. The Seven of Pentacles underneath the Queen of Pentacles. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles, and that is sort of a yes. I do believe that was kind of what I had in the back of my mind. Are the white hats fully in control there? And they are. And a lot of things, in a way, a lot of things are moving fast. And there's also this patience. Like something is coming, something is heading. You know, there's a lot of things flying in the air and you don't know when they're going to land. But things are happening there, and I do believe that the white hats have taken over. That's why you see all these restrictions dropping. You see everything with Johnson, with all these scandals coming out, and I do believe more and more people will resign. Things are hanging in the air. We have Elizabeth, who could drop any moment, so to speak. But then again, I do believe that she's not even there anymore. But we're waiting for that official announcement that she has passed. She has left the earth plane. So we have the central card is the Queen of Pentacles. So their focus on health, focus on returning the country to a really balanced state. In the past, we have the Lovers. So the energy is changing. The energy is about connection, about love, about connecting from our heart, from our soul. And I do believe that that's the energy. There's so much going on. So it's interesting that we have this card of there's so much going on. And there's this patience, there's this waiting. And I do believe that it's not just the UK, but everywhere around the world, in the at least the community of the people that are seeing what's going on. We kind of waiting. We see a lot of things happening. We just want that thing to happen. At least I am. I'm waiting for the military to finally really step in. We don't know how it's going to happen, but in the UK things are changing drastically, and this is from the white hats. So it's kind of the first country, at least in Europe, that is really showing everything dropping. We do have Sweden. I do believe there's another story there as well that never really went into very tough restrictions and things like that, and they just kind of went right through it, to be honest. I think they have, if we look at all the countries in Europe, they are the least affected by everything that happened. So that's interesting, and I'm certainly going to look at another time at the energy of Sweden, what's been going on there. I'd like to take a look at Austria, because the UK is losing, how to say, just getting rid of their restrictions. But in Austria, from the 1st of February, there is an actual mandate. And I want to take a look at that, what's going on there. But I can understand for a lot of people living in Austria that it's going to be very frightened. So if they did not get any wasp stings, I think they're fines. And it's going to, going to be very tough. So I'm just going to see what the energy is there. We've got the 9 of Pentacles. We have the Wheel of Fortune. We have the Knight of Pentacles. We have the Page of Pentacles. That is underneath the Wheel of Fortune. And we have the Ace of Swords. But this is interesting. We got 3 Pentacle cards. Usually Pentacles is Earth is really changing. And you can really see things happening. But things are moving, so there is a plan. In the past we have the Knight of Pentacles, that feels like there's a plan, it's working out now. So things are starting, things are moving again. And it actually is moving in the right direction. So somehow this is actually put into action, probably to wake up people even more and even get things going. So I don't believe that it will get as far that it really will be put to place. We'll have to wait and see. I do think things are going to happen. This is the Ace of Swords is in the future of Austria. That means like a new way, a new beginning, especially in communications. Swords is for the element air. That's about communication, about information. So I do believe a lot more information is going to come out. It's like an opportunity for people to wake up and to connect with themselves again, because that's what this is about. So I do believe that for Austria, things still need to be put into place. They're working on it, it's a plan, and it's going into the right direction. I feel that this is just going to keep moving and keep moving. I'm not certain, it kind of depends what's going to happen in the rest of the world, but I don't have a feeling that it will actually be, that it will get that far. They will try to implement it. They will say that's going to be implemented, but I don't think they even have the manpower to do all that. So I have a feeling this is just a chance for people to wake them up, especially the people who are very, very fast asleep, to really wake them up. That something's happening, and new information will come out shortly, I believe, in the future. That will open up completely new direction. Because if you have more countries in Europe losing restrictions or just getting rid of them, and then you only have Austria with this massive restriction. We had it, of course, in the Netherlands. We had like these hard restrictions. You know, pretty much everything was closed. We only had the supermarkets and a few things that were essential, but the other shops were all closed, and everybody was like, well, we're the only country here in Europe doing that. So it got ridiculous, and now it's opened up, so to speak. And I think that that's the feeling I'm getting here with Austria, that it's like everyone else is not going to get that. Most countries will not get that mandate. I believe even in Germany, it's not even allowed to get that mandate. They're talking about it, but I don't think it will get that far. And of course in the UK they're pretty much dropping everything, so they certainly are not going to get a mandate for the wasp sting there. It's going to look kind of ridiculous if you're like the only country in Europe that has that. in France as well, they have the 2G, as they call it. It means that if you want the pass, you need to get the wasp stings or that you've recovered. You can't test for that anymore. And it's just getting out of hand there. People are coming together, standing up. They've been standing up for quite a while, but things are changing there as well. It's getting ridiculous. And I think that's the point of this. Just to show how ridiculous things can get, to really wake up people that could get that far as well. Because a lot of people, especially very asleep, still have this idea it's not going to get that far, it's not going to get that ridiculous. And now they see close by in other countries that it can get that ridiculous. Especially here in the Netherlands, a lot of people go to Austria to enjoy the winter, to enjoy skiing there, and they got confronted with these restrictions. So it kind of woke them up there as well. So that's probably what this is about. It's making it look as ridiculous as possible. I also want to take a look at the USA. A lot of things happening there, and I just want to see what the energy is. See what's going on there. We have the Knight of Cups. That's the card above. We've got, yes, the King of Wands, the Mr. T card, central card. We have the Magician in the past, and we have the King of Swords underneath the King of Wands, and we have the Three of Pentacles in the future. So to me, this is about Mr. T really right now, especially going on in the USA. I do believe more and more information will come out about the elections. It wouldn't surprise me at all if, let's just say, things are changing there and more people will understand that really he is still the president. It's not Mr. B. He's not in control. And I think more and more things will come out in the media about that. And I do believe that he pretty much kind of controlling it, what's going to happen in the USA, at least. It's right now, it's already starting. And I think that he is so important there. And it's about the white hats getting more and more control. The Supreme Court case was so important, so important. So it's really, the plan is unfolding, a lot of calculated moves. Of course, what are the black hats still going to do? They don't have a lot of control anymore, but they can still do damages. But as we can see in the future, working together, and this feels like the white hats all working together. We have, of course, the military, the off-worlders helping out, other dimensions helping out. This is a spiritual war. This is a gigantic, enormous war that we can barely comprehend the extent of it. And they're all working together to accomplish something. So this kind of feels things are going to move, especially also politically in the USA. And this has to do with Mr. T. So that's my feeling. So things are going to start, let's just say, going to come out more and more. And I do believe in the United States, things change there. Things will change everywhere around the world. It's like the start, so to speak. So I'd like to leave it at that, and I hope to see you in another video. Bye.